I'd like to say this is the first time, but there have been others.
How many?
Who can keep track?
You think this is a joke?
Darling, we need answers, and you're going to give them to us.
Tell us again.
My car broke down. I brought it here.
I got stuck paying an expensive repair bill.
So it's true.
How much, darling?
$2,300. But
$2,300.
Well, what was I supposed to do? My transmission was shot.
You pick up your phone and you call Carshield before the car breaks down.
Plans through Carshield cover up to 5,000 parts and systems in your car.
That's right. A plan through Carshield could save you on some criminally high auto repairs, especially if your car is out of warranty. So, call Carshield, America's #1 auto protection company, before a breakdown and save yourself from getting stuck in car repair jail.
Let me guess. You hate saving money.
Who hates saving money?
Apparently you do.
All you had to do was call Carshield. And you could have protected yourself against expensive repairs.
Yeah, and then my price will go up the minute I file a claim.
Shut up. Carshield has the price locked in.
For as long as you cover your car.
I guess I should have called Carshield.
It's about time you said something that made sense.
Now you know what you need to do next time.
Bet he'll call Carshield now.
So can I go? Or
Don't get handcuffed paying expensive auto repairs. Call now and get the Carshield guarantee. Your price will never go up and your coverage will never go down as long as you cover your car. In just minutes, you could have a plan that covers up to 5,000 parts and systems in your car. Don't wait until it's too late. Get Carshield's best coverage yet. Call 800-579-6554. 800-579-6554. 800-579-6554.
Hey, listen.
All right, guys, we getting in. I want to go ahead and play that commercial. If y'all have never seen one of those infomercial that comes on early in the morning, around 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, might even be earlier than that. Those are the times that I have seen it. So I wanted to come in and let's talk about this thing today. Let me go ahead and switch over to the full screen so y'all can see me without that guy. How y'all doing this afternoon? I want to go ahead and get that out the way while everybody's coming in the chat. Thank you for the hearts. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Let's see. I already thanked a couple of people. Miss Walterita. We got Liz up in the chat too. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. So we're going to talk about Carshield. They are in the hot water with the Federal Trade Commission. They are in hot water for deceptive practices and fake celebrity marketing. That's what's going on, as well as other non-celebrity marketing have been deceptive as well. So they have been hit with a $10 million charge by the Federal Trade Commission for their deceptive practices. We're going to get into that. I'm going to show a article about that from the Federal Trade Commission itself. We also going to look at a video of a person that is a Carshield, that was a Carshield customer and her experience. But if you Google on YouTube, guys, y'all going to see a ton of videos of people that have talked about how they have been scammed by Carshield over the years. And I even looked at one that went back as far as 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I seen one as early as 2 months ago. So this has been an ongoing problem with Carshield with their deceptive practices. So we're going to talk about it today. It has also been said that Carshield allegedly likes to promote their extended warranties to people that are low income, people that can't afford to buy brand new cars. And so they have like this target audience, people that have, like I said, low income or a fixed income, elderly, older people. They have their so-called target market of people that that they are using. So let's take a look at, while we are still waiting to see who else is going to join us. Y'all keep dropping the hearts in the chat. Let me know that you're up in here. And thank you so much, Miss Amber. I sure do appreciate it. Y'all keep dropping the hearts in the chat. Let me know y'all up in here. And at the end, we're going to do our live Q&A. So I do appreciate everybody. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and jump into another video by another lady who's going to give her experience with of what she's gone through with Carshield. And you just hold on while I get this together for us.
Maybe you've seen the ads with Vivica Fox and Ice-T promising you peace of mind if your car should ever break down.
It's a car warranty for as little as $100 a month, and it says it's going to shield you from danger. That's not the experience two Fox 4 viewers had, so they called Fox 4 problem solver Linda Wager for help.
Suddenly I heard this ding, 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 ding.
Warning signs, then smoke. Mary Lewis pulled to the side of the road, grateful in that moment that she had Carshield, a warranty company she'd been faithfully paying $100 a month premiums to for more than 2 years. Carshield's ads say it covers the repairs on 5,000 parts, and you can pick the mechanic. That wasn't Mary Lewis's experience.
So I just think they're a giant ripoff.
The first mechanic she towed her car to, not far from her Kansas City home, said her repairs would cost about $321. She pulled out her Carshield card, only to learn.
And the guy said, "No, ma'am, I don't take Carshield."
So she had to have her car towed here to an Amoco station in Lee Summit, where the bill ballooned to $1,500, claiming multiple other things were bad as well. Her car sat here for more than a week while the repair shop waited to hear what Carshield would cover.
They didn't get me anything.
Not a dime. And she says Carshield wasn't nice about it.
They were so rude to me and said, "Well, you should read your book."
This book. She said it only arrived in the mail 3 weeks after she bought her warranty. There's page after page listing exclusions for what Carshield doesn't cover.
Breakdowns caused by lack of maintenance, breakdowns due to gradual loss of performance and resulting from normal operation and use.
Plus, there's an arbitration clause. So if you're upset with Carshield's coverage, you can't sue them. Miss Lewis was livid. Although she had had one successful Carshield claim a year earlier for about $500, she felt that her coverage was not worth the money. So does Robert Turner.
I was coming down the highway one night and the whole car had shut down.
He called Carshield, which picked a mechanic for him. That mechanic diagnosed a bad throttle, also not covered under his Carshield warranty. Turner replaced the throttle himself, only to discover the throttle was not the problem. He called Carshield again. This time, his truck was towed to a dealer where mechanics determined another $3,000 of repairs were needed, and again.
Carshield said, "No, they're not going to take care of that."
Claiming only the internal parts of his engine are covered on his gold policy, Mr. Turner could not afford the repair, so weeks later, his broken truck is still sitting in his driveway. He's canceled his $150 a month Carshield policy.
Because they're no good. They're not telling the truth.
So Fox 4 problem solvers called Carshield, posing as a potential customer.
Is there something that you could email to me so I could kind of look at the terms of what the coverage is and what the language is and all that kind of stuff, so I make sure I'm buying what I think I'm buying?
The Carshield representative said I would receive the information once I purchased a policy.
We will not work with Carshield.
The complaints Problem Solvers has heard about Carshield don't surprise Greg Butley.
Carshield is really, they make it very difficult for you to put a claim in and actually get paid.
An auto repair shop owner out of Delaware. Buckley says in his expert opinion, car warranty plans are generally not worth the money.
Let's say that the transmission failed because you didn't change the transmission fluid in 50,000 miles, or according to manufacturer's guidelines, you're done. If you fail to change the oil, or at least show that you've changed the oil, and you develop an engine issue, you're done. Most people will come up and they'll always tell you, "Oh, I change my oil all the time." Well, can you prove it?
A couple of years ago, the Better Business Bureau gave Carshield an F rating after it racked up more than 1,000 complaints. Carshield, which is based outside of St. Louis, sued the Better Business Bureau. The case was settled out of court. Today, if you search Carshield, it shows an A rating. Yet customer reviews give it only 1 out of 5 stars. It also has more than 3,000 complaints in the last 3 years. Fox 4 problem solvers contacted Carshield on behalf of Miss Lewis and Mr. Turner, and we're happy to say Carshield returned all of the premiums both of them had paid. So what did Carshield have to say in its defense? The company had no comment.
If you're unhappy with Carshield, you could contact Missouri's Attorney General, Andrew Bailey. But here's something to think about. A campaign PAC to elect Bailey received a $10,000 donation from the parent company of Carshield, NRRM. The chief operating officer and general counsel of Carshield, Mike Carter, has even had Bailey on his YouTube show, where they discuss the importance of protecting the public from consumer fraud. Mike Carter is also running for Secretary of State in Missouri's Republican primary. Linda Wager, Fox 4 News.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for all the hearts. As you can see, there are people that are coming forward. Like I said, a lot of these complaints has gone all the way back to 3 and 4 years ago. So I'm going to pull up on the screen the article from the Federal Trade Commission. So we're going to look at that next. Thank you so much for all your hearts that's in the chat. Thank you so much for some more hearts, Miss Walter Rita and Miss AJ. Thank you so much. I do appreciate all the love. And if y'all have any questions that y'all want me to answer after we get done talking about this, y'all go ahead and put those questions in the chat or comments in the chat, and I'll pull them up on the screen. I do appreciate it. So let's get into this article. So the Federal Trade Commission says Carshield shielded consumers from the truth about limitations of its vehicle service contracts. This is as of July the 31st of 2024. If you haven't caught Carshield's pervasive ad campaign for vehicle service contracts, you may be one of the few people who should spend more time watching TV or don't be up early in the morning. Ambiguity aside, what you really need to know about Carshield's ads is that the FTC has challenged them as deceptive. The Federal Trade Commission has challenged them as being deceptive. A $10 million proposed settlement addresses allegations that the company made misleading claims about what the service contracts cover, deceptively represented that customers could get repairs at the shop of their choice, used deceptive celebrity and consumer endorsements, and violated the telemarketing sales rule. The complaint names 2 related players behind the Carshield promotions. Defendant American Auto Shield determines that purported coverage and eligibility criteria for each vehicle service contract type, ranging from Silver Plan all the way up to the Diamond Plan, with consumers shelling out between $80 to $120 per month. According to the complaint, American Auto Shield is responsible for adjudicating and paying customers' claims. Defendant Carshield creates the ads and manages the marketing, although the parties' contract gives American Auto Shield a significant say in the content. Carshield's ads allegedly conveyed that the vehicle service contracts protect consumers from unexpected repair costs after their manufacturer's warranty has expired. The ads pitch protection, peace of mind, promising customers you'll never pay for expensive car repairs again. In addition, the ads got specific with the kind of coverage customers can expect. According to the ad, Carshield has plans that can help cover major parts and systems for out-of-warranty vehicles, right? So when they break down, you're not the one stuck with the bill. Promising, quote, no big bills, another ad claimed. If my car breaks down, I can count on Carshield to cover it for me, end quote. In addition to toning their own Shield repair network of repair facilities, the defendants assured customers that, quote, when your car needs repair, you take it to your favorite mechanic or even your dealer, and Carshield gets them paid directly, end quote. According to the company, quote, there are even plans that will pay for your rental or car while your car is in the shop, end quote. For consumers still on the fence, Carshield featured endorsements by professional athletes, including basketball player Allen Iverson, pro wrestler Ric Flair, baseball player Walker Buehler, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Pete Alonso, Matt Verling. Other ads showcase sportscasters Chris Bierman, actors Ice-T, Vivica A. Fox, Adrian Jack, and Ernie Hudson, all of whom were represented to be quote unquote customers or even quote unquote real Carshield customers. Okay. These athletes, pro wrestlers, and actors and actresses are supposed to be customers, supposed to be real customers, right? The ads also highlighted consumers making specific claims about how much money they saved through a Carshield vehicle service contract. According to one consumer, I've been a Carshield customer for close to 7 years and had 3 vehicles covered, and they saved me close to $9,000, end quote. Another customer claimed that, quote, if I didn't have Carshield, I would have been out of pocket $7,000, end quote. All the TV ads, as well as promotional mailings, feature a phone number for consumers to call if they have questions or want to enroll. According to the complaint, once telemarketers have consumers on the line, they work from approved scripts to turn up the temperature on the sales pitch. For example, telemarketers promise consumers that with the Diamond plan, quote, just like when the vehicle was new, this covers your engine, transmission, drive axle, suspension, steering, fuel system, AC, and even your computers and high-tech electronics, end quote. Consumers were told they could pick the dealer or ASE certified mechanic you want to use. There is just $100 deductible for any covered repair. Now, why wouldn't anybody jump on that? Why wouldn't? And that their vehicle service contract includes a rental car at no extra cost, end quote. According to the complaint, consumers who didn't sign up during the initial call could expect to get multiple follow-up calls from Carshield telemarketers designed to seal the deal. It was only after buying a vehicle service contract that the consumers received a dense 25 to 30-page document packed with exclusions, terms, and conditions that weren't disclosed in Carshield's ads or by its telemarketers. 20 to 30-page document, guys, that's packed with exclusion, terms, and conditions that was disclosed that wasn't disclosed, I meant to say, in their ads and with their telemarketers, and definitely not their celebrities, right? Okay, what happened when the rubber met the road? The Federal Trade Commission says it wasn't until many consumers' cars broke down and they tried to exercise their right under their vehicle service contracts that they learned that the defendants deliver substantially less than what they was promised. According to the complaint, in many cases, only after experiencing a vehicle breakdown and attempting to use their vehicle service contracts do consumers realize the representations made by Carshield's advertisement and telemarketers are false or misleading, end quote. For example, despite the defendant's assurances, many consumers couldn't use the facility of their choice for repairs. According to one consumer, everyone laughs when I ask if they accept Carshield as coverage, another consumer reported. I called around. No shop within reasonable distance will accept Carshield. Answer from each shop has been no, because they don't pay their bill. Other consumers claim that even some facilities the defendants advertise as members of the Shield Repair Network want nothing to do with Carshield. I hope y'all are listening in there. What's going on? Is y'all listening to what's going on? I am. Y'all listening? Oh my goodness. They say they don't want nothing to do with Carshield. You bring your car up in the mechanic shop, they gonna laugh at you. So everyone laughs when you say, you ask them, do they accept Carshield? If consumers were able to find a repair shop willing to accept Carshield vehicle service contracts in numerous cases, American Auto Shield has invoked a host of exclusions that aren't clearly disclosed in Carshield's ads or by its telemarketers. In fact, none of the Carshield service contracts cover all repairs or even repairs to quote unquote covered vehicle systems. The upshot, the Federal Trade Commission says many consumers who paid big money for vehicle service contracts was left holding the bag and paying the bill for pricey repairs the defendants had led them to believe would be covered. The complaint alleges that the defendants violated the Federal Trade Commission Act by making misleading claims about their vehicle service contract covered by falsely promising consumers could use a repair shop of their choice, and by making deceptive promises that customers would have access to rental cars. The Federal Trade Commission also says the defendants' testimonials were deceptive in that the celebrities either weren't actually customers or had never used a Carshield vehicle service contract. According to the complaint, the consumers' testimonies was misleading because the people didn't actually have the depicted dollar amounts. In addition, sorry, the Federal Trade alleges the defendants' misrepresentations and omissions violated the multiple provisions of the telemarketing sales rule, and American Auto Shield also assisted and facilitated TSR violations. So in addition, $10 million in redress for consumers, the proposed settlement prohibits Carshield from making misrepresentations related to any goods or services, prohibits misrepresentations about endorsers' experience with the product or service, and requires American Auto Shield to tell third-party marketers about the order and to monitor their advertising. The settlement also requires compliance with the telemarketing sales rules. The action offers across-the-board compliance advice for other businesses. So what's going to happen, guys? It says, explain the details of the deal up front. A vehicle service contract is no different from any other consumer transaction. It's the company's responsibility to be crystal clear about material terms and conditions before the consumers makes the purchase. According to the Federal Trade Commission, the defendants had ample warnings that consumers were surprised by numerous exclusion. In addition to the public alerts issued by two Better Business bureaus, Carshield reached settlements with Missouri and Georgia regarding their practices. The Federal Trade Commission lawsuit also cites internal corporate communications about a pattern of complaints regarding coverage misunderstandings. Of course, the wisest course of action is to make sure the details of the deal are clear from the outset. But conscientious companies also monitor consumer complaints and discontinue tactics that cause confusion. But Carshield didn't, allegedly. Has your company received a notice of penalties offenses from the Federal Trade? Take it seriously. In September of 2022, the Federal Trade Commission sent Carshield a notice of penalty offenses concerning endorsements, identifying certain practices the commission has determined to be deceptive or unfair, specifically falsely representing an endorser as the actual user of a product or service. But even after receiving the notice, Carshield allegedly continued to deceptively describe certain athletes and celebrities as customers or users. If your company has received any of the Federal Trade Commission's notices of penalty offenses, conduct a compliance check to make sure your practices comport with the law. So basically, they are letting them know that they have violated the telemarketer sales rule. You can't have these celebrities out here and athletes and whoever else influencing the public and making like they are customers or users of a product when they're not. You know, this is all about this influencer marketing that's out here, not just in these infomercials that Carshield is usually on infomercials, but also on social media and also when they're calling you and sending you emails, okay? And inside of your mailbox. You cannot be sending deceptive type of telemarketing or marketing information. That's against the rules. But a lot of people do it, as we all know, right? A lot of people do it. All right, so let's get down here. I think some is talking about outbound calls, some inbound calls, and upselling. So let's see, we're going to go through this pretty quickly. Outbound calls initiated by the telemarketers are subject to TSR, the telemarketer sales rule. No matter why a telemarketer places a call, whether in response to a consumer's online inquiry, a consumer's request for a callback, or for any other reason, the TSR requires telemarketers to tell the truth. Okay, Carshield called consumers who filled out online quote requests. It also made follow-up calls to consumers who declined to buy a vehicle service contract during an earlier call. Some of those customers may have even asked to be called back, but because the calls was initiated by Carshield, they were subject to the TSR prohibitions against deception. Okay, so they was very pushy. It seemed like, so even after you declined, they were still sending the calls. And I already saw a comment in the chat that I'm gonna pull up about somebody already said that they was having issues with them sending them stuff. So we're gonna pull that up in the chat in a few minutes. So some inbound calls initiated by consumers are also covered. The TSR exempts calls by consumers in response to direct mail ads that are addressed to particular recipients only after ads clearly disclose, among other things, all material restrictions, limitations, or conditions. Because Carshield's direct mail ads were addressed to specific consumers but lacked the required disclosures, inbound calls made by consumers who received these ads were covered by the TSR. Upselling, including many common retention techniques, is covered by the TSR. When consumers call Carshield to cancel, a retention agent tried to persuade them to keep their contracts by sweetening the deal with discounts. This form of upselling falls within the TSR, whether it takes place during an inbound or an outbound call. All right. If your business makes or receives these types of calls, familiarize yourself with the the telemarketing sales rule, especially its prohibitions against deceptive conduct. These prohibitions are separate from the do not call provisions and apply even when the call itself is permitted by the TSR. So guys, we got to make sure that we know what these rules are. These consumer rules right here are to protect us as the consumer, right? So knowing what these rules are here to make sure that we are protected. Okay, got to make sure that we are protected. So let me go ahead and see what you guys been talking about in the chat real quick. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with me this afternoon. So I'm gonna start from the beginning right here with Miss Walterita. She said Carshield wouldn't leave me alone with all the unsolicited mail. When working in the office, I sent them 200 letters per fax. Then they blocked me. Oh my Lord, that's wow. So they are very persistent, as with the Federal Trade Commission said. Even after you tell them to leave you alone, they are persistent. They got their telemarketers all up on you. Okay, all up on you. They said she also said, I bought a used car and the letters never stop. See, to me, I feel like they are targeting certain people. Now, I don't know if who people are buying their cars to, buying their cars from. are actually selling your information. But if you're going to these used car lots, or even if you go to a brand new car lot that sell used cars, you want to make sure that they are not selling off your information to third party or marketing, because that's what it sounds like. Because if you haven't called them to actually inquire about their services at Carshield, then how would they know that you got a used car? How would they know that unless the dealership that you bought the car from is selling your information to a third party? So that would be something that I would be leery about. Somebody, let's see, we got Demetrius Robinson. He said, they got me in Florida, fooled me once, I counseled them. Wow. All right, let's see. Roses for Me says, when I see these commercials on TV, I was like, Grandma, something in the buttermilk ain't clean. I said it was a sham. Where's my dear when you need her? Hello. Well, I'm telling you. Let's say all lies. He also says, let's say, I was out of pocket $2,000. They only paid $1,000, and they told me $100 deduction. Big fat lie. Let's go on to the next one. See, AJ Reed, the amount they are paying Carshield, they can put that in an account to have their own car repairs completed. I don't believe that Vivica or Ice-T have Carshield. Absolutely not. They got a check. That's what they got. They got a check for them for marketing. Okay, you got Vivica Fox, that was one of the best actors in some of the best movies back then. Now you can catch her on these terrible Tubi movies now. And Ice-T, who has been on what is it, Law and Order Special Victims Unit forever and a day. And if y'all didn't catch the live from the very beginning, and when I played that latest commercial, that's from the actual Carshield YouTube channel that I played that commercial from. That commercial was just did within the last few months. So that's a fairly new commercial that they did in a style of Law and Order, you know, to make it look like an interrogation type of room or something like that. So yeah, they're using these celebrities. Even Ernie Hudson, one of the Ghostbusters that's on my thumbnail for this video right here. You know, he was the first celebrity that I actually seen before Vivica and all the other ones popped up on there. And they couldn't sell me anything. Vivica couldn't sell me popcorn. Better yet, an extended warranty for my car. Let's see, we got Liz Frank. She said, no, those so-called actors, they say they have it. They have. I don't know if I'm reading that right. And it says money to take care of their cars. They're not using that. Okay, first of all, you're Ice-T. Okay. You mean tell me that you got to use Carshield to take care of your vehicles? You can't just go and get your vehicles fixed, or you're not buying your vehicles brand new? I don't believe that. Let me go back up here. Let's see. Simply by looking at the celebrities who's endorsed that product, you can see that they were going after a certain demographic, most notably people of color. Exactly. They have been shown to market people, like you said, people of color, people of low income, people of fixed income, you know, people that can't afford it's the you know, when they do get a used car. Sometimes if you go and you get a car through a dealership, or even sometimes through a credit union, they may sell you an extended warranty just through a credit union as well. So if you can't afford it, these right here seems very favorable. You're talking about $80. You're talking about $100 deductible. You know, when I was reading into that letter, all the different ways that they was playing up to it, you know, and saying, okay, $100 deductible, we cover everything, all these things, and even can get you a rental car. You know, why wouldn't you jump on that? You know, why wouldn't you? Miss Walter Reed was agreeing with you, Taylor Arm. I hope I'm saying this right. I'm sorry. But who really thought those people were buying extended warranties on old cars? Unfortunately, a lot of people done got scammed by them. It said, this is an old story. Carshield preyed on the most vulnerable people and then used celebrities in our community to push their substandard product. Yeah, it is. When I was talking, when I first got on this live, I was talking about the videos go back years, you know, of people been complaining about this. And even the Federal Trade Commission said that they, you know, they told them, okay, look, in 2022, y'all doing some, you know, some questionable stuff. Now y'all need to turn this thing around or we finna get in your tail. And they just continued to do what they were doing. It was business as usual. Even with the Better Business Bureau that I played from that other interview, talking about they had even put them an F rating. And then Carshield sued them. And then the next thing you know, they're back at an A rating. So what, I don't know what the deal is with that, but that was Missouri and also Georgia. All right. So what else was said? Ice-T gets paid $150K per episode. No Carshield for him. Exactly. Exactly. All right, let's see. I had paid off my vehicle and my warranty was for the life of my car loan through my credit union. So did you get the Carshield through your credit union, or was it some other type of warranty, Demetrius? Because I know when I got my and I worked in credit union. So when I bought my Jeep used, I bought a 2004 Grand Cherokee back in 2008. So my Jeep was 4 years old. And so I bought an extended warranty through my credit union for another $1,400, just flat out. And so that was added into my actual vehicle loan. But when I did happen to have some issues to go wrong with my Jeep, my windows, like the automatic windows had went out on there. They did cover that for me. And I had a tail light issue that kept going out, and the extended warranty covered that. And that was through my credit union. So I didn't have any problems with that extended warranty. So I was just curious to know, was it a Carshield warranty that the credit union offered you? Because what you were saying in your earlier comment. All right. Somebody else said, had Carshield for 1 month and then realized how unscrumptious they were. I canceled, got my money back, and kept it moving. No thanks. Exactly. And somebody says, good for you. I'm glad that you were able to get out of it. But I'm just curious to know on this one right here, did your credit union offer you the Carshield warranty? I'm very curious to know that. If you're still in the on the live, please let me know what warranty was you offered. Because I do know credit unions do, because I got one myself, and I know they sell those. Let's see what this person said. That must be Navy Federal giving out warranties for the life of the car. They said, no, had another warranty with the credit union. I purchased Carshield shields after my car was paid off. Okay, I got you. Okay, I got you. So after the loan was paid off, yeah, that's usually how that go. Once your loan is paid off, it usually ends. I got you. Okay, makes sense now. Makes sense. All right, so I got one more video that I want to play for you guys. And a part of it was from the video that I played earlier, but this is from YouTube. This video right here, it got over let me move this it got over 1 million views. So this particular report right here, it got, like I said, it got over 1 million views. So let me get this up here. And it was it got 1.8 million views, and this is from 3 years ago. So this went viral 3 years ago. Let me go ahead and get that going for us on the screen.
Well, it's a beautiful day out today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Of course, I'm here at the shop today, and I got a very important reason why I wanted to really start this video off as soon as I got into the shop. Hopefully, we're going to get some people on here. You can chat it up a little bit, but I wanted to bring your attention to vehicle car warranties or service contracts that all of us are, we get approached by, we get solicited on. And of course, with used car purchasing, or even when our new car warranty runs out and we get into an extended program, We want to be aware of the shortcomings that some of these third-party warranties and service contracts will unfortunately offer, right? So one in particular that really has us going here at the shop and the clients that have purchased them is Carshield. There are many others, but in particular, Carshield is like the one that's broadcasting the most right now. And we have to tell you that from a professional standpoint, there are so many shortcomings in that service contract and so many loopholes that clients that purchase them are really getting the short end of the stick. There's no question about it that Carshield is really, they make it very difficult for you to put a claim in and actually get paid. And of course, being live, we have all the noises that go with it. So look, I want to give you a couple examples that we see here that we have on the lot today that were Carshield clients, and they were declined their claim, even though you would assume that the reason why the car failed would be covered. All right, so we have our first one here. It's a Dodge Chrysler minivan. Okay, it's fairly well kept. It's up in age, I guess, a little bit, but what it had going wrong, what it has as the issue, is the flywheel is cracked, which will not allow the vehicle to start. Right, the flywheel is the piece of it's the component that sits between. Good morning, Dennis. Is the component that sits between the engine and the transmission. The starter engages the flywheel. The flywheel has teeth. So does the starter's bendix. It comes out. It cranks the motor over. So you effectively, you can start the motor if you've got a lot of muscle on the front end, like a big crank. But the starter takes the place of that. If the starter teeth does not match up and is capable of turning the engine over, the vehicle will not start. Now, Carshield says it will take care of, you think that it takes care of driveline, engine, and transmission. Well, it could take care of the engine. It could take care of the transmission. But it will not take care of the components in between. So this is a loophole that they get you on. So this person is out because you got to remove the transmission to install the flywheel, right? And it's a shame because they're good people, hardworking, and they've put their trust, faith, and money into a product that basically sucks. And there's no other way around it. And it is a shame because Carshield is being promoted by a lot of your Hollywood actors, your sportscasters, and a lot of people who they have no clue what they're representing. And the biggest one is Ice-T, right? So the actor Ice-T is on telling you, hey, my car is protected by Carshield. Well, let me tell you that legally, he says what he says is the truth. But it's not by contract. It's not by a warranty contract. Carshield Incorporated could be paying all of his car and maintenance bills no matter what he drives, no matter what Bentley he rolls in, no matter what Jag he might have, no matter what Tesla he may have. He's compensated, right? He's not buying a warranty. So Carshield targets elderly. They target low-income individuals. They target people who have high mileage vehicles, and they prey on them. Even myself got a solicitation from Carshield, right? Saying that, hey, by the way, your new car warranty is running out, and maybe you forgot to sign up, but here, let us show you our policies. So they're very good at getting into your head and getting into your mailbox and getting into your wallet, flat out. So this is just one example, right? They're not going to cover it. So it really does. It really stinks. It really does. So I'm going to show you another example that we have on the lot today. This one's a little bit different, but nonetheless, the young lady purchased the contract. It's I think a 2006 or so Nissan Maxima with a lower end knock to it. Okay, so Granted, it may be a case of a little bit more poor maintenance, but nonetheless, you had a contract. So here's the other example that Carshield and other third-party warranties will have you take the burden of proof, meaning that you're going to have to pay for discovery before they may take on the claim. So in this particular case, right, we have a lower end knock. So they want us to confirm that the engine is bad. Well, in order to confirm the problem, the absolute problem, we have to spend almost $1,800 worth of time and labor to discover what we already know, what we can hear, and what any adjuster with common sense would come out and go, yeah, I get it, right? But no, Carshield, to protect its back end, wants us to take the time to tear down the engine to discover what's wrong. Now, that burden falls on the client. So when you call the client up and you go, by the way, you have to take on the burden, you have to pay us to discover, and then maybe your warranty warranty will cover it. That is absolutely horrendous, but it's a loophole. Legal? Sure. Remember the adage, it doesn't have to be fair, it just has to be legal. And they play that up all day long. And even if you look at their website, they have a tagline, the small things matter, something like that. And it's so ironic because they get you on the small things. But what really irritates me the most is how they prey on people who have no clue what to do. And they promise no more car repairs. Never pay for a car repair again. Total BS. Total BS. Total BS. And you can take it any way from there. But the reason I jumped on is because I want everybody to really understand that there are good warranty programs out there. There are good service contracts. We do know which ones are good, which ones are bad. Carshield, bad. X, triple X, quadruple X, X all the way through. Do not get involved with Carshield. And there's a few others that we can name, but nonetheless, I really had to come out and tell you because two people who have put good money out and they're probably financing it and they're probably paying tons of interest on everything and they can't take advantage of it. These cars are going to go back and sit, not being used until they can come up with the funds to fix the vehicles. A real shame. So that's it for today. All right. I hope everybody's having a great day.
So very sad situation. Very sad situation for the people that have, gotten scammed by these people, thinking that you are protecting your investment in your vehicles, trying to make sure that you have coverage, just like you pay for your car insurance every month, to make sure that you're covered if you have an accident. So you getting an extra layer of protection, just in case if you have some needed car repairs. I even saw a video the other day where this guy had transmission. He had been paying on the Carshield plan for like 6 months, and he started having some problems with his transmission. He said he didn't have any lights on his dashboard. It wasn't nothing major that was going on, but he could feel something was going on with the transmission. So he called the not a dealership, but auto mechanic shop, told him that he had Carshield as the warranty or whatever, and said that he went through a whole runaround just in who would accept it. They're talking about you could take it to whoever and they're going to get them paid or whatever. But it seemed like he had a whole ordeal just finding somebody to accept it. And then when he did find somebody to accept it, like this guy said in this video, it's the little things. So he was going to have, they was going to charge him just to find out what it is. And Carshield does not pay for that. So the diagnostic part is on you. It's on you. They're not paying for the diagnostic. They're not paying to find out what's wrong. You got to pay that, right? And so when they found out what's wrong and whoever the mechanic was sent in the information to Carshield sent it back and said, it's a pre-existing condition. Yeah. They said it was a pre-existing condition, like they do when you file an insurance claim, a medical insurance claim, and they deny you for a medical insurance claim and say, oh, we can't cover that because that's pre-existing condition. You already had that, you know. So they saying this about his vehicle. Your transmission was already messed up 6 months ago before you got this Carshield plan. Because dude said he had been playing on the Carshield plan for like 6 months. So they telling him your transmission was already messed up before you even got this plan, and it's not covered. It's not covered. And so it says, so sad they can't be shut down. Exactly. I think the Federal Trade Commission that charged them and got $10 million need to be getting in contact with the consumers that have gotten their money taken and that doesn't know about these deceptive things. It just, you know, was a too bad so sad type of situation. I feel like the Federal Trade Commission, there should be something that the Federal Trade Commission are doing to make them give money back to people who are like the ones that was just in that video that took their car somewhere, and you send in an elderly person or a person that is not going to sit there and read 30 pages of exclusions and limitations and all that jazz. Who's going to sit there and read all that? You would need to get a lawyer to read it because half of it is in legal jargon that, hey, unless you went to law school, you're not going to understand it anyway, right? So it said, thanks, Star, for sharing this information. I would never get them. I hate seeing them as big promoters on my favorite show. People need to know. He said people need to know. Oh, yeah, absolutely. A lot of times, you know, when I bring information to the channel, when I go on live and I bring information to the channel, I have a playlist called Scams that I will also link into this video description, and I also link it, you know, in the chat. It's important that people know what's going on out here because they prey on certain people. Okay, they prey on certain people with a lot of these things. They preying on us not being knowledgeable. They prey on us not, like you said, understanding, and you thinking that you're doing the right thing. But if they give you a 30-page book of legal jargon and you are in your pushing 65 and 70 and over, hey, I'm 46. I'm not gonna sit there and read 30 pages of exclusion and limitations. Like I said, it's probably in legal jargon that you don't understand anyway. You know, it's probably a bunch of legal BS that you don't understand because you ain't went to law school and you ain't went to business law school. You know, so that's how they prey on us, and they take our money, and then, you know, with all these, like I said, what gets on my nerve is a celebrity influence. You know, because you're using people that we're used to seeing, right? We're used to seeing Ice-T. If you're a Law and Order fan, you used to seeing Ice-T, right? If you looked at any of the old movies that Vivica Fox was in, Set It Off, and like I said, she's got Tubi movies and Lifetime Movie Network movies and all those, you know, B-list movies, whatever that she does now. Even that terrible movie that she was just in at the theater with Not Another Church movie that was picking with like Tyler Perry, like parody or whatever, you know. So she be in a lot of stuff, so people are used to seeing her face and stuff. So so it's crazy. So yeah, Carshield, yep, they got hit with the 10 million. So like I said, I really feel like the Federal Trade Commission should be trying to give some money back to some people that have been taken by this. Y'all let me know in the chat what y'all think. You think that $10 million that the Federal Trade Commission collected out of them and fined them for their deceptive practices and deceptive marketing, whether it was through phone, through the mail, through the celebrities, do you think they should give that money, some of that money back, or divvy that money out to the victims and try to get some of their money back? Y'all let me know in the chat. What y'all feels on that? What y'all feels? Y'all think they should be made to give some of that 10 million out to the people that have paid premiums, and then when they got their car, when their car got broke down, they was not able to cash in on it. Tyler said, yes, they should, but they not too much like that. They say too much like the right thing to do. You got that right. You right. It is too much like the right thing to do. But I feel like that's something that they should do, because how you going to find them knowing that they're doing deceptive practices and not try to remedy the victims? Federal Trade Commission, you're doing your job and calling them out on their BS, but it needs to be a little bit further, because if they can pay these professional actors and all this type of stuff, you know, athletes and all this big money for influencing marketing, right? Then they should be able to pay these people back the money that they stole from them, that they're able to pay those celebrities and all those different athletes the type of money to do the marketing for them. Most businesses spend their most money in marketing. That's what they spend their most money in, is the marketing of whatever product that they're selling. So they need to be made an example of. You can't keep saying, you can't do this, you can't do that, like what was in the Federal Trade Mission article saying, okay, you can't, even the telemarketers that actually on the phone cannot do deceptive marketing. Everything is supposed to be clear cut. All right. So why are we not punishing these people and making an example of them so that other companies, Warranties or whatever that's out there that's selling things, that they understand that you can't do that? And sometimes you have to make examples of other companies for the other ones to fall in line. So Watcher Reader said, I filed a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission. They were no help. Yes, give the monies back. Yes, they should. They should. Absolutely. It's not about the victim. It's about the fine. I agree. I agree. It says Carshield preyed on the less fortunate and the uninformed. Exactly. Yes, ma'am. We should receive a refund for the consumers. I agree. Say, I agree. They should pay them back. Yep. They always target the underserved population. Absolutely. How many of these companies out here that I'm getting a little hot. How many of these companies out here that do that? The predatory lending, the predatory I saw earlier in another article about one of these rental companies that was charging more for renting furniture. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these companies, a lot of these things are in certain areas and certain populations. That's what they do. So they are underserved populations. When it comes to lending, you know, us being underbanked and stuff like that, it's an ongoing thing. Let me just say, I'm glad I didn't have them long, only 4 months. Too long. Well, 4 months is too long when they telling lies and they scamming people. You deserve to get your money back. You deserve to get your money back. It's been a lot of people that, you know, called their bluff, that was able to get their money back, you know, threatening them to go to the Federal Trade Commission, and they was able to get a refund. So they already knew that they were in hot water. They already knew they were in hot water. So that's why some people, they didn't give them, you know, any problems when it came to you know, like I said, when it came to them, you know, saying, okay, I want my money back, or I'm gonna go to the Better Business Bureau, I'm gonna go to my attorney general of my state, or I'm gonna, you know, I'm going this the threats, right? And they're like, okay, we don't want this bad publicity. I even saw on YouTube, and y'all might find it, a guy, he did a video about a few months ago, because he covers a lot of scams on his channel, and he actually called them out before this Federal Trade Mission came out, and Carshield contacted him with a cease and desist and told him to take that video down. And he made another video feeling like, hey, I have been vindicated because I knew it was a scam. and he even read the letter on his YouTube channel where the lawyer, and he said the lawyer name was Michael something, and the lawyer was telling him that he needed to take down everything he used with Carshield on his video, that they was going to get YouTube involved for copyright and trademark infringement and all kind of stuff. And the video got like over 300,000 views. I think he did the video like a few months ago, or a couple months ago, but he just made a recent video not too long ago since the Federal Trade Commission, hit him with this $10 million charge. And he said, that he feel vindicated in the video that he made. And he's not the only one. There's a lot of other videos that's been out there for a while that people have been calling out Carshield as being a scam. Actual customers going on YouTube and giving their experiences and trying to warn people about these deceptive practices. All right, guys. So if y'all don't have any more questions or any more comments, I'm about to get off this live. We've been on about an hour. I just wanted to bring this to my channel. I hope if you're not a subscriber, I hope that you subscribe. Any other information that you need from me will be in the description box below. You can also scan the QR code to visit my website, or if you want to join my community, the CRP, I would love to see you guys in it. Let's see. I'm check some more before I get off here. Let's see. Federal Trade Commission with no help. Carshield sent me a letter, but said it wasn't for me to the Federal Trade. This time the letter had an apartment number on it. Federal Trade said it wasn't for me, but I live in a house. See. Let's see. How much blame should the victims get, if any? Why would they pay for a service that you are not receiving? It's so sad. It's so sad. That's all I can say. That we just got to be more careful, do our due diligence. Just because a celebrity or a so-called influencer out here is endorsing it, I'm gonna tell you, as just from a YouTuber perspective, I get emails all the time with people wanting me to do promotional videos for their products or services and stuff, and I vet every last one of them, and I don't care how much you're paying or whatever. If it's not something that I can stand behind, I'm not going to talk about it on my channel. It's not worth it to me that if I have not actually used it or seen that it's a good thing, then I'm not going to promote it. I don't care. It's about the integrity game. It's about integrity around here. So I get emails all the time. I get emails all the time, and I research. I'm like, okay, are they legit, first of all? And if they are a legit company, what do their company stand for? I'm going online looking at reviews. I'm going on YouTube and seeing what other people's experiences are before I don't even talk to them. I don't even respond to their emails until I've already did a research. And if what my research findings come back that they are full of it, I don't even respond. It goes straight to the trash. It goes straight to the delete bin in my emails, because at the end of the day, everything that I bring to my channel is going to be from a personal experience, or at least somebody that I can say that I know, or I've did enough research to feel confident about it, because it's my name on the line if I bring it to y'all and say that I'm behind this product or I'm behind this service. And I'm not with that. I'm not with that at all, because I'm not with playing with nobody's money. Everybody out here work for their money, and they don't want their money played with. And I definitely don't want my money played with. So I wouldn't bring you a service or a product that I couldn't stand behind just because they want to, dangle a little few dollars in my face. No, it's about integrity. At the end of the day, I got to be able to sleep with myself and knowing that the information that I'm putting out here is going to help people and not harm them. And with that being said, guys, I hope you guys tune in to my next video that's coming out on the actual YouTube channel. It's going to drop at 7:45 this evening. Well, we're in the evening now at 7:34. So it's going to drop at 7:45. If you guys are not what's the video? It's about freezing your credit. I did an updated freezing your credit video. since I did the Navy Fed fraud live that I did, not this past Sunday, but Sunday before last, about tellers and people actually in these credit unions that are stealing people's identity, making sure that you guys are keeping your credit reports frozen. Not only these people are trying to steal your money with fake products and services, you got tellers inside of the banks, inside of the credit unions that are trying to steal your identity with fake loans, creating fake accounts in your name, and trying to do all kind of manner of stuff to steal your identity. So we need to make sure that our credit reports are frozen. So I got a video coming out to make sure you guys are able to walk through and freeze all 3 of your major credit reports. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion is going to come out at 7:45. All right, let me look one more time. Let's see. You said, that's right, Star. Thank you. This is why we come to your channel. I do appreciate it, Moni. All right, let's see. One more. It said, question, have you done videos about credit companies removing medical bills from credit reports? I have not, but the federal, not the Federal Trade Commission, the CFPB, that's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, is in the process right now of getting medical debt removed out people's credit reports, period. But Joe Biden signed into law, I think it was in June of 2021, I want to say, that any medical debt under $500 should automatically be removed from your credit report. It should not. If it's $500 or less, it should not be on your credit report. And any new debt, any new medical debt cannot be reported on your credit report unless it's already past 1 year since the delinquency. Miss Walter said, thanks, Star. You are the best. Going freeze mines today. Yep, I got the video coming out, and I'll post the link too in the CRP, because I think you are a CRP member, aren't you? I think you are. Your name looked familiar to me. Question, have you heard about the Cash App settlement? No, I haven't, but I will check into it. And if I hear, and you know, I bring it back. You know, I bring it back. I would bring it back. Shoot, I let me look it up now. I haven't heard anything about that. Let's see. Let's see. Something just popped up right here from the Hill. Let's see. So you wondering if it's legit? Let's see here. I see this right here on this this is from the Hill. Cash App settlement. Are you eligible to claim up to $2,500? It says, have you used Cash App at all since 2018? You may be eligible to receive part of a $15 million settlement. Block Inc., which owns Cash App, as agreed to after being accused of negligence following 2 data breaches. Okay. According to the class action lawsuit, Block and Cash App Investing were negligent and breached other obligations to users in 2022 when a former employee accessed account data without permission. Block said in a 2022 filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission that it was notifying roughly 8.2 million current and former users about the incident. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to look more into this right here, and I'll probably be back with another video. Here is a here is the link. I just posted it in the chat for that news article that I just pulled up. Like I said, I'm gonna look some more into it, and I'll probably do a video on it once I get some more information about it. But thank you so much for asking me, Miss Moni, for me to even pull it up. Somebody said that it is true. I just read it. Okay. I just heard about an email circulating. Well, there's an article that I just seen, and when when I Googled it up, it's some things popping up right now. As y'all can see on this right here, it's some articles popping up. So I'm definitely going to take a look into it, and I'll be back with another video probably to give some more clarity on about what people need to do. So I sure will come back. I'll probably come back. I got another live schedule for tomorrow afternoon talking about some of these FICO changes that are about to take place. So it'll probably be what today? It'll probably be Thursday, because I already got a live schedule for tomorrow talking about the changes to the FICO. Thank you so much, AJ. I appreciate it. Thank you for the Purple Heart too. Thank you so much. And I will come back and we will talk about it. I will find out. I will do some digging and some investigation, and we'll talk about it on the next one. Yes, we will. Thank you so much, Moni, for bringing it up. Thank you so much for bringing it up, and I will find out. If y'all got any more questions, y'all keep on. Even after I end this live, y'all can stay and leave them in the comments, and I'll respond to you directly inside of the comments. I do appreciate y'all coming on with me this afternoon. Y'all make sure y'all stay safe out there. Make sure y'all don't get scammed. Make sure y'all not, letting people all up in your wallet. And in 4 minutes, my credit freeze video is gonna drop. Y'all make sure y'all check that out if y'all have not froze y'all credit reports. I do appreciate the love. Peace. I'll see y'all on the next one. Thank y'all.